The statement says that while the administration was deeply concerned about what it termed the ICC prosecutors' heedless rush to apply for the arrest warrants against senior Israeli officials, it opposed the imposition of sanctions against the ICC, its personnel, its judges, and those who assist in its work. It further argued that there were more effective ways to defend Israel, preserve U.S. positions on the ICC, and promote international justice and accountability, and the administration stood ready to work with Congress on those options. The White House press secretary said last week that they did not believe sanctions would be an appropriate tool to address what they see as overreach by the ICC.
As it relates to legislation, as it relates to specific sanctioning, that particular question, this is not something that the administration is going to support. And we've been also very clear that the president, and I'll reiterate what the president said. He said this just last week, right before an event that was happening right in the Rose Garden, that we fundamentally reject the ICC's prosecutors' application for arrest warrants against Israeli leaders and sanctions on the ICC. However, we do not believe is an effective or an appropriate path forward, appropriate tool to address what our concerns, the United States concerns, are on the ICC. So we're going to work with Congress on other options. We're talking about specifically, obviously, sanctions, but on other options to address the overreach that we see by the ICC to apply for warrants against Israel officials. So we're going to have that conversation, continue to have a conversation with Congress, but when it comes to sanctioning the ICC, that is something that we do not support.
The White House position comes after the U.S. Secretary of State told the Senate Foreign Relations Committee in May that he stood ready to work with Congress.
Let's look at it. We want to work with you on a bipartisan basis to find an appropriate response. I'm committed to doing that. As you say, the devil's in the details, so let's see what you got, and we can take it from there.
The Biden administration in 2021 removed sanctions imposed against the court by the Trump administration the previous year over investigations into alleged war crimes by U.S. forces in Afghanistan and by Israel in the occupied Palestinian territories. Given the White House's reticence to pursue sanctions against the Hague-based court and its officials, it remains unclear what other measures might be under consideration. Sherman Ricebees, SABC News, New York.